Family Guy has been a staple of animated comedy for over 2 decades. Since 1999, the show has delivered outrageous, over-the-top humor through the chaotic lives of a Griffin family in their hometown of Quahog. But let's face it, the show hasn't felt as fresh in recent years. Some fans feel it's stuck in a loop, relying a little too heavily on cutaways and recycled jokes. So how can Family Guy shake things up? Simple, by giving some of its lesser-known characters the spotlight they deserve. The show has a huge supporting cast, yet most of the attention goes to Peter, Stewie, Brian, and the usual crew. Today we're diving into the top 10 most underused characters in Family Guy and exploring how the show could make the most of them. 10. Trisha Takanawa, the overlooked reporter. Trisha Takanawa has been part of the Family Guy universe since the early seasons, serving as Quahog's Channel 5 field reporter. Initially introduced with a stiff delivery and flat expression for comedic effect, she was mostly used for short, quirky news segments. But over time, fans began to appreciate her dry wit and the absurd situations she ended up in. She even had a brief romantic subplot, proving there's more to her than just news coverage. Now that her former co-anchor Diane Simmons is gone, why not give Trisha a real chance to shine next to Tom Tucker? With her unique style and dry humor, she could bring fresh energy to the Channel 5 newsroom. 9. Carl, the movie buff. With hidden potential. Carl, the movie-obsessed convenience store clerk, is voiced by H. John Benjamin, the same voice behind Bob from Bob's Burgers and Sterling Archer. Carl might be monotone, but his love for pop culture and subtle sarcasm make him stand out. He had a touching, if short-lived, connection with Chris in one episode, showing he can be more than just a background character. In a show full of references to movies and TV shows, Carl should be a recurring expert. Maybe starting a podcast, running a secret film club, or becoming the town's go-to trivia champ. With the right story, he could go from clerk to cult favorite. 8. Death, the original scene stealer. Back in the early seasons, the character of Death was one of Family Guy's most unexpected highlights. Voiced by Norm Macdonald and later Adam Carolla, he turned the idea of the Grim Reaper into something hilarious and relatable. A tired worker just trying to get through the day. But after a few standout appearances, he faded away. With so many zany storylines, there are endless ways to bring Death back into the mix. Maybe he mentors Stewie on the concept of fate, or he's forced into retirement by modern technology. Even just a small scene here and there could make a big difference. 7. Dr. Hartman. More than just quirky. Dr. Elmer Hartman is Quahog's main doctor, and let's just say he's not exactly known for his accuracy. His questionable diagnoses and strange bedside manner have made for some great moments, but we've never really learned anything about him. He shares a voice with Carter Pewterschmidt, which has been acknowledged, but never fully explored. Why not give Dr. Hartman a full episode? Maybe he's faced with a difficult case that forces him to actually try, or he takes Peter under his wing in some bizarre mentor role. With the right setup, this medical misfit could really shine. 6. Jerome, the quiet fan favorite. Jerome stepped into the spotlight after Horace passed away and became the new owner of the Drunken Clam. At first, he seemed like just another character to fill a role, but over time, he's proven to be a grounded, likable figure. He's a single father, a former musician, and a great foil to Peter's wild energy. But for some reason, he's mostly stayed behind the bar. Let's give him a full storyline, maybe about his past or balancing life as a parent and bar owner. He's got untapped potential that could add depth to the show's supporting cast. 5. Bruce, Quahog's jack of all trades. Bruce is one of those characters who pops up all over Quahog, usually with a friendly greeting and a helpful smile. He's worked as everything from a wedding planner to a mattress salesman, but has never been the focus of an episode. His consistently upbeat personality and adaptability make him perfect for more than just quick cameos. Imagine him mentoring Stewie, becoming Peter's new co-worker, or even starring in a neighborhood mystery. With so many roles under his belt, Bruce is ready for a main role, at least for one episode. 4. Principal Shepard, the invisible educator. Principal Shepard has been running James Woods High since season 2, but we know next to nothing about him. He's not quite as memorable as other animated principals, but that could change. Family Guy rarely explores the school anymore, but it's a setting with a lot of comedic potential. A storyline focusing on Meg or Chris's school life could easily involve Shepard in a bigger way. Maybe he's secretly a failed rock star or struggling to keep his school afloat. Either way, it's time to give this long-standing character a real plot. 3. Susie Swanson, the baby with big potential. Did you know that Susie Swanson, Joe and Bonnie's baby, is voiced by Patrick Stewart? Yes, that Patrick Stewart. And somehow, despite having one of the most iconic voices in TV history, Susie barely gets any screen time. That's a missed opportunity. Family Guy could easily pair Susie with Stewie, whether as a rival, a friend, or a possible love interest in Stewie's imagination. She could bring back the fun, clever baby dynamics the show once had with Olivia. And let's be honest, having Patrick Stewart deliver witty baby dialogue, that's TV gold. 2. Meg Griffin. More than just a punchline. Meg has been the target of jokes since the early days of Family Guy. And while it started off funny, it's gotten a bit tired. She deserves more than being the family's permanent punchline. There were early episodes where Meg had depth, dealing with teen angst, school crushes, and trying to fit in. Those moments added balance to the show's chaos. Why not give her a steady relationship or a career goal? Maybe she becomes a local influencer or takes a job at City Hall. Whatever it is, it's time for Meg to be more than just a running gag. 1. Chris Griffin, Quahog's forgotten son. And finally, at number 1, we have Chris Griffin, the most underused member of the Griffin family. Once a central character, Chris has slowly faded into the background. He's had some memorable moments, from befriending a creepy neighbor to joining an African tribe, but lately he's mostly there for one-liners or side comments. Let's bring back his awkward charm and put him in situations where he can shine. Maybe he finds a passion for music, gets a summer job that changes his outlook, or even tries to outsmart Stewie in a sibling rivalry. Chris has so much comedic potential, and it's time to tap back into that. And there you have it, 10 underused Family Guy characters who are just waiting for their moment in the spotlight. Whether it's the return of Death, the rise of Bruce, or a full redemption arc for Meg, these characters could breathe new life into the series. Did we miss anyone? Who do you think deserves more screen time in Quahog? Drop your favorites in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more animation deep dives. Thanks for watching. And remember, even background characters can become stars.